And we're back. We're back.
We're here.
We are here.
We're proud.
Okay, come on. You can't do that. We're back. It's fall. That's why we're wearing sweaters and beanies.
Yeah. See, you might notice Mark wears a hat all the time.
Yeah.
And we've officially switched to beanie season.
Well, I don't know. It's going to be a little off and on there for a while. I was looking at the weather. Looks like it's going to heat up again. You remember Tuesday it was supposed to be very cold, right? Like in the 50s all day.
Was it?
Yeah. It's supposed to be the big cold day. Not the case anymore. Now it's going to rain and it's going to be like 80. So.
Oh, I can't catch a break.
Ball cap weather, for a while.
Yeah.
But it's not even that cold today. But I'd already committed to so I've got the AC running. But sweater, beanie, because we're doing pumpkin beers because it's seasonal. October. What is it? October 7th, 8th, October 8th. The 8th.
Yeah. A nice coffee pumpkin ale, Punkachino.
Yeah, these are delicious by Elysian Brewing Company.
Out of Seattle, Washington.
Fantastic. I've had a lot of Elysian stuff. Do they do the space dust?
Yeah,
right? Is that
it's a very, very strong IPA.
Yeah.
Hoppy.
Yeah, real hoppy. And then they do the dank dust or something, right? And then it tastes like weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. We got a great episode in store.
Yeah.
Right.
You wanna share the title?
Not yet, because there's something we have to get out of the way, Pete.
What's that?
Well, Pete, we've created something great here, right?
Yeah.
And when you achieve something great like that, you have to expect there to be imitators, copycats, derivatives, if you will.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it becomes so egregious that it warrants, legal action, right? So
call them out.
We just need to make this statement.
Call them out.
On October 7th, 2022, I was made aware by Pete. Pete showed me of a podcast that seemed like they started last month, right?
Yeah.
And it seems to be a direct copy of our podcast. We have a very specific proprietary formula, Yeah. And it's two guys sitting in a chair, drinking, telling jokes about their penises, and that's our thing. We invented it. We established it. Here shows up. What are they called? The kind of big, kind of going to get sued. So kind of big podcast. This is your one warning. Okay, I have Johnny Depp's lawyers and full legal team on speed dial. And they would love nothing better to just fucking strike you down the long, veiny arm of the law.
Okay, Mark. Okay.
So 2 words.
Yeah,
2 words. Cease and desist. Right? Yeah. All right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, what's the title of this episode, Pete?
I forget. I forget now. Honestly, that was kind of scary. I'd be shaking in my little podcasty boots if someone came at me like that.
Pumpkin beers and Ponzi schemes.
Pumpkin beers and Ponzi schemes.
That's the episode. So we're drinking pumpkin beers and we're
talking about Ponzi schemes.
Among other
Ponzi schemes. Scams, con artists, and the like.
Yeah, because con artists, kind of cool, right? Well, is a heist a con? The Ocean's 11, that sort of shit.
I think it depends on whether you wear costumes or not.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Costume means con?
Yeah.
But definitely not all cons wear costumes, right?
No. But in a heist,
Yeah.
what separates a heist from a con,
Well, heists, they do wear costumes. I'm thinking Ocean's 11. That's the quintessential heist movie.
Oh, look at a word.
We need to get a sign.
He's learning.
We need to get a sign that says quintessential.
We could do it on the chalkboard right here.
We could, or we've got the whiteboard over here.
Yeah.
We really need to. I was putting synthesizers up. I was starting to decorate, and then they all fell down, which is not great. Yeah.
Yeah, back to square one and decorating.
Yeah, except now I got holes in the wall.
Ain't that just the way that it goes?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, do you have any history with? I mean, we've all been pitched MLM schemes, right? Opportunities.
Yeah, my phone is full of calls from like spam numbers. Trying to talk me into buying insurance and healthcare and
your car's extended
stock
warranty
options. Yeah. So yeah, I get scammed. I mean, they attempt to scam me all the time.
Have they ever gotten close to succeeding?
No. Although there was one really convincing one.
Yeah.
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 Kind of like that time you called me.
Yeah, I scammed you pretty good.
That voicemail.
Yeah, they've gotten close for me before. There's and then like all of a sudden I notice, like one that always catches my attention is I'll get a text that says there's a problem with your recent Amazon, like buying things from Amazon like every single day. So when they text me and say, oh, there's an issue with your Amazon order, I'm like, oh, well, I do have an Amazon order, and I go to click it, but then I notice, if it's like a, one of those URL shortener links, then that's definitely not legit, right?
I'm trying the laugh thing.
That was weird. Don't do that. Okay, well, so let's talk about some famous scams through history.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the namesake of this episode, the Ponzi scheme, came from an Italian man named Charles Ponzi.
Why do you have Italian man?
When I was researching this, they made the point that he was an Italian American.
Is this a biased article?
Well, okay. I guess it is kind of relevant because like his whole thing, Charles Ponzi's thing was like he was buying some sort of like stamp from Italy, and like you'd get like a prorated price on like American mail if you like bought these stamps, and he figured out a way to scam a bunch of people. He was like, you could make a lot of money real fast buying these stamps. It's in a legal gray area. No one's gonna catch on.
Okay, so he just has to recruit people, and then he invented the Ponzi scheme, right? So now is the Ponzi scheme necessarily multi-level marketing?
It's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pyramid scheme. So he sold other people on it, and then he convinced them that they need to also recruit other people. Is that how it worked?
Well, he would take money from a new investor to pay back an old one.
Okay.
So he
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah. He was just pocketing a lot of the money, and the business really didn't have any money like in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fugazi.
So he did it with stamps?
Stamps of some sort. Yeah.
Interesting.
But then he started this like stock holding company because he was like, ooh, this could be a big thing. So then it really became a fugazi, and it was just like this fake stock in a fake company.
I see. So he developed the formula with the stamps. That's how he figured it out. And he's like, where else will this work? And then he's like, stocks, obviously. Stocks and bonds. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, cool. And what happened to him? Did he get off? I mean, he's famous for it now, so he must have been caught or something.
I didn't get to that part of the article. I don't know. I think let's just say he got off scot-free.
then how would they know of it as a Ponzi scheme? How is it attributed to him? How does everyone know?
I don't know. Charles Ponzi's fate. Well, I did read that at one time, at least 3/4 of Boston's police officers were invested in his company.
No kidding.
So
that's smart, you know.
He was scamming the
attack
pigs.
Attack the infrastructure first. Yeah. Cool. Ponzi. All right. Kind of one of the most famous con artists, the inventor of the pyramid scheme, which is now used by everyone, right? Well, not everyone, but you know.
Yeah, there's a great It's Always Sunny episode about this where Dee is selling these berries.
yeah, the Nutra something. Yeah. Charlie just keeps eating them. Yeah, pretty good. What are a few major companies, you know, just so we can think of off the Herbalife. That's a big pyramid scheme, right? I know the founder of that, he famously died of an overdose.
On Herbalife supplements?
No, heroin or something.
Oh. One of those Epsteiners.
Yeah, it could have been suicide, you know, guilty conscience, having duped all these people. What's another one?
We were talking about this last night. Mary Kay.
Right, Mary, and that's an interesting one because it's kind of a legitimate business.
Yeah,
right?
What's more American than Mary Kay?
Yeah, you know, I'm not familiar with like qualities of makeup and stuff, but it seems like it's good stuff. But they've worked off this multi-level marketing model for ages now.
Although I have seen you sell enough of them, and you can get like a pink Cadillac.
Yeah, that's how they all are. They're like, check out my BMW. How did I afford this? Do you want a BMW? Become one of my associates, you know. Boss bitch, you know.
Yeah, girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, well, that's an interesting one. You know, it's like, I mean, it's a model that can work. There's just a lot of people that lose all their money along the way.
I hear though that like some of these companies will. I was reading an article about this, and like they won't send you so much stuff that you like can't sell it. Like they have buyback.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
initiatives.
Kind of an ethical Ponzi scheme.
Well, because you know it's a bad look to have people involved in your scheme who just have like houses full of your product.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, they claim not to let you get in over your head.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
You know, I don't know what level of truth there is to that.
I guess it's all legal, right? Multi-level marketing schemes.
Buyer beware. Caveat emptor.
Remember when there was that leggings company? What was that? LuLaRoe. You remember that? Horrible looking leggings. Mm-mm. All over Facebook and Instagram. People were shilling them. All right. Well, I see you've got Bernie Madoff on there.
Yeah, Bernie Madoff was the instigator of the largest Ponzi scheme in history.
Right. So he's kind of nifty because he scammed like millionaires and billionaires, right?
Yeah. Whereas Charles Ponzi made like millions. Bernie Madoff made billions.
Yeah. What happened to Bernie? Is Bernie, no, he died in prison, didn't he?
Died in prison. Yeah, and he's burning in hell.
Yeah, I have seen a thing on him. I watched a doc on him, but it's been a while. But, did he also, did he scam like the New York Police Department?
He scammed some famous people. He scammed Steven Spielberg. He was one of the victims of his Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, it's kind of
famous athletes.
It's one of those things, right? Like I've heard like him defend it, where like, I mean, obviously these are completely unreasonable returns, right? He was giving his investors like 30%, and like 10% is what could.
In what field? What was he making money off of?
I think it was like a hedge fund.
I thought it was real estate.
No, it was a hedge fund. And so it was the guys, well, I don't know, you read more recently, but I'm pretty sure it was a hedge fund. It was the guys that they were just so good at operating their investments, and then they could make big, massive returns.
Yeah,
but it
which
was all
anyone should know is not true.
Right, especially, someone who's some, leader in their industry. They should be smart enough to know if it seems too good to be true.
Steven Spielberg is too busy directing another Jurassic.
Yeah,
circle jerk.
Little movie makers, they're already living in a little fantasy world. They'll believe anything.
Those Hollywood liberals.
Jesus.
We're doing the Shane Gillis thing. Shane Gillis. We watched that special, and I really liked him. He was legitimately fresh. He was funny. I'm not even a self-proclaimed much of a stand-up guy, even, and
I wouldn't say so.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Although, maybe you just don't watch a lot of comedy, so that's why you're impressed by it.
It's because it's all boring,
Sweating.
Oh, like a pig.
It's not really fall. It's pretty warm. Well, it's not warm today. I'm sure if we were outside, the sweater and the beanie would be comfortable, but our studio has like these big glass windows that just like. I woke up so hot today, and the sun just blasting in on me.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Gnarly. Yeah, Shane Gillis is good.
He does a mean Trump impression.
Yeah, it was pretty cool how he explains it too.
Yeah, how he does it. Yeah, he's just like, you take the thing, you say it's the biggest thing,
and then you talk about yourself describing it. Yeah, so like, oh, that's what a nice day. I walked outside and I was like, oh, look at this nice day. I can't do the voice, but but just the cadence. Is really a big part of it.
And then he has a show too, like a sketch comedy show.
And,
Gillian
Keeves,
Turkle, something like that. And they do the thing, and he gets dressed up in like the Trump costume, and like he looks pretty good.
Yeah,
he looks the part. It's pretty good. That Trump speed dating, that was pretty funny.
Big guy.
Yeah, he was a football player. He was a football player in high school. So
big guy, baby face.
Yeah, kind of like Trump.
You'd say Trump has a baby face?
He's a weird face.
Yeah, definitely a Slytherin.
I would say Hufflepuff, but
Hufflepuff?
Yeah, I don't think he's smart enough to be a Slytherin.
I mean, he became the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff died in prison.
Real estate. Yeah, pretty good one though. 150 years. He spent 150 years in jail.
Well, that was his is, he's one of these Illuminati immortals. They have to put him in fucking Azkaban because he's like too evil for regular prison.
We're really writing the Harry Potter references.
It's spooky season.
Yeah, it is spooky season. What are you dressing up for Halloween?
I'm gonna be out of town.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna be in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I get back on the 30th, so I guess I could do something.
You can still dress up. Wait, the 30th is Halloween.
I do have a fun hoodie. I'll break it out.
A fun hoodie?
Yeah.
Is it a costume?
It used to be a costume. It was once. I went as a skeleton one year, and it's a skeleton hoodie. I still have it.
I see. It's one of those like, it's kind of a costume, but like I'm not completely trying.
Punkachino.
Gino, pretty good. I don't really get the coffee notes on here.
It says there's a full short shot of Stumptown coffee in this beer.
A full short shot.
Yeah.
Well, we all know what that means. All right.
It's all a scam. It's all a scam.
This is one of those episodes where like I did no research and feel like it's coming back to bite me. We got Lou Pearlman on here, which I had seen the great documentary Lance Bass made called The Boy Band Con. And it talks about how Lou Pearlman, who is basically the inventor of boy bands, right? Would you say? Did you research him?
No, I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, he basically created...
He's a big fat guy.
Yeah, fat shaming it's not all above board, Pete. You can't just throw that out.
Come on. If we showed a picture of him, it would be comical.
Well, we will show a picture of him. But he basically invented...
He invented the boy band?
He invented the boy band. And he, similar to Charles Ponzi, the Italian, if you will, he was a career con artist. So he had originally made a bunch of money by creating a fake blimp company. I think also a fake airline. Like it didn't really exist. Like it was private planes. And what he would do is he would just, if someone, kind of like drop shipping, you know? So if he talked someone into using one of his private planes, he would then just rent a plane and then make money off the top. But the big scheme was he got into blimps and he bought this shitty old blimp for like, I don't know, a few $1,000s. And then he insured it for like several $1 million. And then he crashed that sumbitch.
That's what you do with a blimp.
Yeah.
They blow up.
Yeah, he crashed the blimp, and that's how he became like a millionaire, right? And then he was looking for the next thing, and somehow it became boy bands. So there was some boy band, and he saw, you know, he was rich, so he was rubbing shoulders with all these celebrities and stuff, and he saw the boy band thing. He's like, I can create this. And so he made the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
No way.
Yeah. And then pitted them against each other. So he would like go over to NSYNC and be like, you guys, you know, you're doing pretty good, but those Backstreet Boys are really kicking your ass. And then they go over to the Backstreet Boys and be like, well, man, it's stiff competition with those NSYNC fellas. You really gotta step it up.
That's crazy because there was like a celebrity deathmatch episode, you know, on MTV.
Yeah,
show, and it was
great.
NSYNC versus the Backstreet Boys. Like everyone just assumed that they were like mortal enemies,
right? And they were.
So you're saying Lou Pearlman was pulling the strings?
He was pulling the strings, and like not just them, but you know, Aaron Carter. There was like what's
Nick Lachey.
A bunch of, but pretty much
was he in the Backstreet? Was he? I don't know.
Any boy band that existed at the time was owned by, and he would consider himself like the fifth member of these because, they all had 4 members. And he structured the contracts in such a way that they made like no money. He was making all the money. And
as what was his title? What was producer? Agent?
Manager. Yeah. But he pretty much owned them. And they were all in these ironclad contracts and couldn't get out. And then he eventually got caught or something doing some sort of other embezzling, or some scheming.
So you say he was the 5th member. Did he put the member in member, if you know what I mean?
His penis?
Was there any weird like sex stuff going on?
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like there was, particularly with Aaron Carter. So that in the interview, as I mentioned, this documentary was made by Lance Bass. He put up all the money and had it created. So a lot of interviewing with him, and they asked all these ex boy band members, if anything inappropriate had happened sexually, and they all kind of answered like, I didn't see it firsthand, but there was definitely a real vibe to it. They were not discounting the possibility.
Yeah.
Until it got to Aaron Carter, who was just completely defensive. He was like, no, why would you ask that? Definitely not. And then he described him like straight. He was just like a gooey teddy bear and stuff like that. I don't know. The two were definitely boning down.
Sounds like kind of a Dan Schneider situation.
Dan Snyder, for the folks at home, is who?
Oh, he was some sort of like executive producer on Nickelodeon, and he was a notorious like groomer of the child actors, and he would introduce them to all this weird sex stuff, and
little Nick at Night.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said about that.
Well, cool. All right. Well, that's all of our notes. So now we just get to riff, right?
Yeah.
What's another con artist out there? Can you think of another one?
Scams. I'll tell you. You ever bought a bag of chips from the Sinclair?
Not from the Sinclair.
And like I bought a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos the other night, and the bag is like 50% air.
Yeah,
that's a scam.
You think that's a scam?
That's a scam.
I guess. I mean, it tells you the net weight on it. Truth in advertising. I think there must be a packaging thing, right? Is that they have to fill it up? They have to fill the bag up with like argon or something to keep it fresh.
Okay, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Speaking of things.
Yeah.
Rudy. Have you heard of Rudy? What's his name? He was there's a documentary on Netflix about it called Sour Grapes. Have you seen this? Heard of this? He was a con artist. What he did is he sold counterfeit wine.
Yeah. Who would know?
Yeah. People don't know. Apparently he was like really good at like he would take other, nice wines, and like he was such a good, I don't know, sommelier or something, like that he would mix them together and get their flavor and aroma profiles like very close to the real thing. So that's one of the reasons he was so successful for a while. But what he would do is he would go to big parties with these like super elite, and they would be cracking open these, crazy expensive bottles of wine. And he would take the bottles and take the empties. And then, in the bathtub, remove the label, put them on a different bottle.
Yeah.
Seal it all up.
Yeah. Now that's a con.
Yeah. That's some fucking, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio shit.
Catch me if
you can. You remember he was making fake checks. What a good movie, right?
That was based on a true story.
Yeah, who is that guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, also Leonardo DiCaprio, Wolf of Wall Street, right? Jordan Belfort?
Yeah.
Belfort?
Jordan Belfort. Yeah.
Yeah, another famous con artist. And Leonardo DiCaprio is so good.
I could fill an hour on the Wolf of Wall Street.
Who cares what age he prefers to date, you know?
Oh, no. I love Leo.
Yeah, love that guy. Big vapor, you know? You don't see a lot of Hollywood elite vaping, but he's loud and proud about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grow up, Peter Pan. Yeah, the scam callers. There's some YouTube channels that are they're all about scamming the scam. You know, they're not really scamming the scammers, but they think, you know, if they just waste their time for several hours, that's time that they're not spending scamming actual elderly people. And it's pretty interesting to see how the scam works, you know. They're mostly, the ones I've seen are the scam, like, they email them, and they're like, hey, we just want to let you know, you just renewed your antivirus software. You know, we just billed you, we just charged you $500. If this was a mistake and you didn't want to renew, give us a call, you know. And so then they call, and they're like, hello, I got your email. And they're like, oh yes, we just billed you. You should see it on your bank activity soon. And they're like, I don't want to renew. I don't want the antivirus.
Yeah.
And then this is my old person impression.
Yeah, your grandma. I get it.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, okay, no problem. All I need to do is get access to your computer. So they have them install like TeamViewer or something. And they get in there and they're like, you know, they open up like a console shell and, you know, start like pretending to do things there. And then they're like, okay, and they put in the amount, you know, $500. And like, okay, this is what we're going to transfer. You see this? And then they're like, I just need you to press enter. And then right before they press enter, they add another 0. And then they press enter. It's like transferring $5,000. And then they start freaking out. They're like, oh no, what happened? What did you do? What did you do? You just made us send you $5,000? And they're like, we need to undo this. I'm going to lose my job. I have a family. And then so they get the old person into like a hysterical state. You're like, oh no. And they're like, oh, there could be legal repercussions for you. They're like, oh wow, okay, how do we fix this? And they're like, the only way to do it is we need you to go down to Walgreens and get $5,000 worth of gift cards and then read me off the numbers on the back. And that's how it works.
Gift cards. Gift cards.
Yeah, all the grocery stores they're all super privy to it. So like if an old person shows up trying to buy, and they'll tell them too. They'll be like, if they ask you what it's for, say it's for your grandchildren. And they're like, this is Microsoft antivirus support? Yes, ma'am.
It's pretty nefarious.
Yeah.
There's a special level of hell for people who scam old people.
Yeah, right? At least Bernie just scammed super rich people.
Yeah, that's kind of, he's just I don't know. He might be an Azkaban. he's in regular hell. But like old people, rich people, that's like a victimless crime, pretty much.
Yeah, kind of.
But old people, that's just wrong.
All right, let's come up with a scam. Let's invent our own scam.
Okay, so we make dog food, but it's like 80% cardboard.
That's not a scam. It's most dog foods, Pete.
This is brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay. If we can keep working with the dog thing. Okay. So this is what we do. We post ads everywhere that we're doing free vaccinations for dogs. COVID vaccinations.
I like it.
Yeah. And when we get the people lined up, and we're just shooting the dogs with saline, right?
Yeah.
All with the same needle.
The same needle each time.
We got to reduce costs. So we're shooting out these dogs with saline, and then we're like, hey, and included with your free dog COVID vaccine is you get a 19-point inspection on your dog. Just make sure everything's good.
So many points.
Yeah. So then what we do is we do the inspection, which in every case reveals a tumor.
An inoperable tumor.
Inoperable tumor. And we say, okay, so we got good news and we got bad news. Bad news and good news. Bad news is your dog's got a tumor. It's a malignant tumor. But good news is we happen to have one of the most skilled dog surgeons in the country in this tent back here. So we're just it's gonna cost you, a few. What's the price on
$10,000?
It's gonna cost you $10,000, but old Cheeto, or whatever the dog's name is, it's gonna be
shit in its eyes.
Gonna be all fixed up. So we take the dog back to the tent, harvest its kidneys, put them on ice for the resale market. So then they're all stitched up, looks legit. Give them back their dog. Because, I don't know how long a dog can survive without kidneys.
We're going to have to. Yeah. Like, there's
one kidney. We just take one.
Yeah.
We just take all the duplicate organs. One kidney, one lung, one testicle. What do they got? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You might be onto something. Dog testicles.
We're making money on both sides.
Easily be sold as an aphrodisiac,
You think?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of this, but yeah, you like that scam?
Now that's a pretty good scam.
No. Is that one victimless? It seems like the dog and the dog owner.
Okay, certainly the dog suffers.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be okay with reconcile that with your God.
Yeah. Hey, can we do one that only affects the corrupt elite? Let's scam those turds.
I feel like selling like insurance on like luxury items would be a good scam.
Oh yeah, yacht insurance. Yeah. All right. How do we make it a scam?
We promise to insure their yacht, and it's all just a farce. We put the money in Bitcoin.
Yeah. What if we only actually insure them for things that could never possibly happen? Like we insure against like Kraken attacks.
Meteor insurance.
Yeah, meteor insurance. This covers meteors, Krakens.
Wait. Yeah, you could be onto something. This could be. I'm getting a little dark here, but not just rich people, just all people. Just like meteor insurance, Kraken insurance.
Yeah. The only way it could go wrong is if we get some like crazy meteor event.
Find a Kraken.
The meteors come down and awaken the Kraken.
Whoopsie doozy.
Yeah. That could be bad. I don't know. Yeah, insurance, big scam, right? Car insurance. I have to pay apartment insurance. It's not very expensive. I think it's like $8 a month, but forced to have it. And how much do you think stuff's really insured? Like if everything in this room got water damage from we don't have fire sprinklers in this room. But imagine if we did,
There's one.
Oh, is there one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so imagine that turns on, douses all my electronic equipment with water. Do you think that's covered by my insurance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Up to a certain number.
Yeah, but what if that number is only $2,000?
It's not very high.
Yeah, I know. When I was renewing it, when I moved from the other place to this place, I thought about upping it, but I don't know. Decided against it. Oh, a scam. What about the U.S. healthcare system?
Coding boot camps.
Pete thinks that like colleges and certification programs are scams.
The 4-year degree, that is the biggest scam.
Because he thinks that it's like going to guarantee you a great career. That's with no additional work. You know, you get the degree, and then you go to Google, and they make you a project lead.
It's the American dream.
Obviously, that's not. You also have to get really good at. I'm sorry, I gave you a hard time last night. We don't need to get into it on air.
No, I think we worked through it.
Pete's thinking about joining the Peace Corps.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Some nonprofit nonsense.
Yeah, just trying to do a little good in this world.
Yeah, looking for purpose, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking for purpose too. That's why I make that shitty electronic music. Uh-oh. Pete's internalizing.
Oh no, I was reading about one of these.
Oh, these are scams? Yeah, let's get back on scams.
Yeah. So Reed Slatkin scammed his, what do you call them? Scammees? Victims? Is it a victim? Victim. He scammed his victims for $593 million.
Pretty good.
That's $500 million.
Pretty good. Have a beat.
He was the co-founder of like an internet service provider called Earthlink.
I've heard of Earthlink. Okay. Yeah, what happened here?
It was a scam. He defrauded investors of more than $500 million across 15 years. Starting in 1986, you know? That's pretty
Yeah, the internet wasn't even a thing.
Internet wasn't even a thing. He was it's kind of like the asteroid thing. He was maybe banking on the fact that it wouldn't happen.
Yeah. So this is, this brings up, because there's a lot of modern scammers that are taking the same approach. So 1986, I mean, the internet, it kind of existed, but no one was using it. No one really knew about it. Thought it was just for scientists and nerds who didn't know about like porn on it or anything. So it's like kind of confusing, but everyone kind of knows that they should be getting in on it, right? You know, what's the opportunity to make my million on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Very similar thing has happened recently around NFTs and cryptocurrency, right? Mm-hmm. It's like people don't understand it, but they keep being told, that they see
crazy returns.
People, there's a lot of Bitcoin millionaires out there, right? That had 100 Bitcoin, and it became worth, because what's 100 Bitcoin worth now?
I don't know.
So like, $12 million or something. I don't know the numbers. I think Bitcoin's down, right?
It's been down.
It's been down. But at one point it was worth, like 60,000 a coin. And, so 6 times, that'd be like $6 million, right? If you had 100 Bitcoin.
It would be $19,295.70. That's one Bitcoin. Times 100. So
it'd be about 2 million now. But a lot of people sold. Well, a lot of people sold like the first time it went up to like 20,000, and then other people sold, and it was at 60,000.
I had another idea for a good scam. Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, not Bitcoin in particular. I'd say as far as cryptos go, Bitcoin is the least scammy. I mean, there's still lots of scams around it, But there's something like, and I don't understand this stuff either, but have you heard the term stable coin? No idea what it means. I don't think any of the people that bought it did either, but there was one called Luna. Look up Luna crypto. And it was a scam, you know? Whoever created the coin had full control of it, and they got tons and tons of investors, and then it tanked. Yeah, if you look at a chart of its value, like people owned millions of dollars worth of it. They went from having millions of dollars to nothing.
Never good when you see the chart flatline like that.
Yeah, it was all just a big scam, and it's mostly done through Twitter. They just garner a lot of interest in it and pump and dump, which was invented by Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Jordan Belfort. I don't know if he invented it, but pump and dump, something that happens in stocks, happens in relationships, happens in crypto.
I just want that pump and dump kind of love.
Pumping and dumping. What's a bumpkin?
What?
What's a bumpkin?
Bumpkin or a blumpkin?
Is it blumpkin? What's a blumpkin?
Don't want to know. I don't think we can talk about that on air.
Not a blumpkin for a pumpkin.
How do we? We're gonna have to break at the beeps here.
Oh, good. That's our pumpkin. I was planning on asking you how you like the pumpkin, because Pete famously dislikes pumpkin beer. He's not a blumpkin for a pumpkin. I was going to do that. I was going to do that pun. I was going to Seinfeld it.
But then you find out what a blumpkin actually is.
Not a blumpkin for a pumpkin. Not a blumpkin for a pumpkin.
Yeah, this is good. I grabbed another Punkachino accidentally, but I like the Punkachino. I'm a Punkachino person now.
This one's just the normal pumpkin ale. Pretty good. Brewed with pumpkin, roasted, and raw pumpkin seeds, spiced. Nutmeg. You like nutmeg, Pete?
I do.
Is it nutmeg that you can get high on if you eat enough of it?
Allegedly.
Yeah, I tried once. It didn't work.
It's got to be fresh nutmeg.
Yeah, I tried pre-ground.
Yeah.
So hard to eat, too. I put it in ice cream, which helped. But I don't know. It's a weird high, though, right? Because I think it gets processed by your somewhere in like the lower intestine or something. Maybe it's your liver, but it takes 24 hours to take effect.
Sounds terrible.
I know, right? Who's got that sort of planning skill? Cons. What's another con?
I had an idea for a con, and it involves giving out fake awards.
Fake awards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start this whole, I don't know, call it the American Academy of Motion Pictures. Or something like that.
That is kind of a scam, huh?
And make it this whole cultural thing, put on a big show, and give out these stupid awards, and everyone gets dressed up and has a fancy dinner.
Yeah. And then they pay for... I used to work for a business journal, and we ran a pretty similar scam. We would do 40 under 40, which is a great scam because you get 40 victims, right? And you're like, hey, we've chosen you. You were nominated by your company or whatever, and we've chosen you to win this award. As an up-and-comer, someone who's under 40, and they're a real winner. Huh?
Yeah.
So this is when you come and accept the award. By the way, if you want to invite your friends, it's an event that they sell tickets to. Obviously they're invited to come for free, But if you want, like a table,
Yes, extremely expensive tickets.
it's over $1,000, for a table,
Yeah.
and then they go to the company, and the company's like, hey, or the Business Journal says, hey, company, we're giving your employee this award. Would you like to also sponsor the event? And so we're just making money. Hand over. What does that mean? Hand over fist.
Hand over fist. It's just a turn of phrase.
Hand over. I don't know. Making a bunch of money off this award that we're just giving to people. Similar, like, have you heard of the awards?
Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like website awards.
Yeah.
For sure. I used to work for an agency that had, won a bunch of those, and it's definitely pay to play, Like, I think you have to pay an amount to submit,
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely
Stupid
insane.
application fees. That's not a thing.
Absolutely insane.
Application fees. Yeah. It cost me like $250 just to apply to colleges.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? Apartments too. If there's like a $300 application fee.
That's a scam.
Well, I mean, it is kind of a scam, but it's also, you got to imagine they would probably be getting so many people applying. Like, it's a good deterrent, to getting shitty tenants, right? Like, if they just got $300 to spend applying, then they're probably they're going to be making their payments on time. I don't know. Pure speculation. Okay, here's an idea. How about this scam? We pretend to be an apartment building. Make a nice website. Say we've got all these luxury units. $300 application fee, and we don't approve anyone. We just collect application fees.
I like that. How about, I mean, you could just extend that to just being a landlord in general. Buy some big building, hang up some curtains, make some rooms.
Yeah.
Rent it out to a bunch of dirty hipsters.
That's just a business, though. It's like there's Key and Peele skit. You ever see that one? Where they're brainstorming a bank heist sort of thing. They're like, this is the plan. We get jobs there as clerks. We work our way up to management. Spend about 40 years there. Get a nice pension and a retirement plan. And, it's just it's not a scam. It's
pretty funny.
It's a career. Yeah. Key and Peele. Good episode, you think? Or?
Yeah, we're coming up on that. We're yeah. Let's close it out strong.
Who is Gary? You watch the Blurbs podcast?
Yeah.
Or you listen to it? I guess they don't have a video component.
Yeah, I listen to it. I watch it,
At the end of every episode, they say, fuck you, Gary, you rat fucker. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. Ethan seems to have a long history.
He's got a real problem with this Gary character, and I have no idea who it is. I clearly missed the episode. Ethan, if you're listening, and I know you are, you gotta add context to the Gary rat fucker thing, because I don't know who Gary is. I missed the episode. I don't know which episode it is.
Remind us why you hate Gary.
Yeah, who is Gary, and why is he a rat fucker?
All right, you've hit your limit on how many times you can say rat fucker.
Are we gonna have to bleep all the rat fuckers?
No, but just
Ethan doesn't bleep shit.
Does he?
But he's not on YouTube.
Yeah.
Should be. I'd love to see his face. Get a camera, Ethan. Anyway.
Pumpkin beers and Ponzi schemes.
Pumpkin beers, Ponzi schemes. Cease and desist. Thanks, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow follow us on Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date. And
we love you.